Hey, beautiful Pisces souls, I hope you are having an amazing day wherever you are in the world right now. I have been feeling this incredible shift in energy lately, and I knew I had to sit down with my cards and connect specifically with Pisces energy because something big is happening for you right now. I shuffled my deck this morning with you in mind, and honestly, the cards that came through left me completely speechless. We are talking about a complete transformation of everything that has been holding you back, everything that has been working against you, and I am getting goosebumps just thinking about sharing this with you. The title of today's reading says it all. The unjust fall, the righteous rise, the masks come off. They thought you were incapable. Pisces, the universe is literally rewriting your story right now, and the people who doubted you, the situations that seemed impossible, the doors that appeared closed, they are all about to shift in the most incredible way. Let me tell you what happened when I sat down with my cards this morning. I asked the universe to show me what Pisces needs to know right now about this incredible shift that is happening, and the first card that practically jumped out of my deck was the Eight of Swords. Now, I know what you are thinking, that sounds negative, right? But wait until you hear what this card is really telling us about your situation. The Eight of Swords is showing me that you have been feeling trapped, like you are surrounded by limitations that were not even real. I am seeing someone who has been bound by other people's expectations, by situations that made you feel small, by circumstances that convinced you that you did not have options. But here is the thing that is absolutely fascinating about this card in your reading today. Those swords around you in this card, they are not actually touching you. The blindfold, you can remove it anytime you want. The bonds, they are loose enough to slip right out of. What I am getting from this card is that you have been living in a prison of other people making. And Pisces, the door has been unlocked this whole time. You just could not see it because everyone around you kept telling you it was impossible. They kept telling you that you were not capable, that you were too sensitive, too dreamy, too emotional, too whatever. They needed you to be small so they could feel big. I am getting this vision of you standing in this situation where everyone has been underestimating you, where people have been treating you like you do not have what it takes. And honestly, Pisces, it breaks my heart because I can feel how much you have internalized some of these messages. You started believing them about yourself. You started thinking maybe they were right, maybe you are not strong enough, maybe you are not smart enough, maybe you are not capable enough. But the universe is showing me through the Eight of Swords that this whole narrative has been a complete illusion. You have always had the power to walk away from these limitations. You have always had the ability to see clearly if you just removed the blindfold of other people's opinions. You have always been capable of so much more than anyone gave you credit for, including yourself. The energy I am picking up around this card is that there has been a specific situation, or maybe multiple situations, where you have been made to feel less than, where your abilities have been questioned, where your worth has been diminished. And I need you to know that the universe sees the truth of who you are, even when the people around you have been wearing blinders. This Eight of Swords is telling us that the time of feeling trapped is coming to an end. The time of accepting limitations that were never real is over. The time of letting other people define what you are capable of is finished. You are about to step out of this illusion and into your true power, and honestly, Pisces, I cannot wait for you to see what that looks like. What I find so beautiful about this card appearing first in your reading is that it is acknowledging the struggle has been real. The feelings of being stuck, of being underestimated, of being made to feel small, those experiences were valid. But they were never the truth of who you are. They were just the story that needed to play out so you could recognize your own strength when the time came to break free. I am seeing this playing out in your life where people who have dismissed you are about to witness your breakthrough. People who said you could not do it are about to watch you do exactly that. People who treated you like you were weak are about to discover just how resilient and powerful you actually are. The masks are coming off, not just theirs, but yours too. You are about to show the world who you really are. The second card that came through for you is the Four of Pentacles, and this one really surprised me because it is showing me something completely different than what people usually think about this card. Most people see Four of Pentacles and think it is about being stingy or holding on to things too tightly, but in your reading today, This card is showing me something much deeper about protection and preservation. I am getting that you have been holding onto your dreams, your goals, your vision for your life very carefully and very quietly. While everyone around you was doubting you, while people were telling you that your dreams were unrealistic, while the world was trying to convince you to settle for less, you were secretly protecting something precious. You were guarding your vision like a treasure because you knew that not everyone deserved access to your hopes and dreams. This Four of Pentacles is telling me that your quiet preservation of your dreams, your careful protection of your energy, your selective sharing of your vision, this was not you being secretive or antisocial. This was you being wise. This was you understanding on some level that you needed to keep your light safe until the time was right to let it shine fully. I am seeing that there have been people in your life who would have crushed your dreams if you had shared them openly. There have been situations where your enthusiasm would have been met with negativity or discouragement. So you learned to hold your cards close to your chest, to protect what mattered most to you, to keep your vision safe until you were ready to make it reality. The beautiful thing about Four of Pentacles showing up in your reading right now is that it is confirming you have been wise to be protective. You have been smart to be selective about who gets access to your dreams and your energy. You have been right to preserve your vision instead of casting your pearls before swine, as they say. But here's where the energy shifts, Pisces. This card is also telling me that the time for protection is shifting into a time for strategic sharing. The time for holding your dreams close is evolving into a time for taking calculated risks with your vision. The people who would have crushed your dreams are losing their power to affect you, and the people who will support your dreams are coming into your life. I am getting this strong message that you have been building something beautiful during this time of careful preservation. While everyone thought you were doing nothing, while people assumed you were just dreaming with no action, you were actually laying groundwork. You were actually preparing. You were actually getting ready for this moment when you could step forward with confidence. The Four of Pentacles in your reading is showing me that what you have been holding on to, what you have been protecting, what you have been carefully nurturing in private, this is about to become visible to the world, and the people who doubted you are going to realize that you were never incapable, you were never weak, you were never unrealistic, you were just waiting for the right moment to reveal what you had been building all along. I am seeing this energy where people who dismissed you are going to have to completely reevaluate their opinion of you. People who treated you like you were not serious about your goals are going to realize you were more serious than they could imagine. People who thought you were all dreams and no action are going to discover that you were taking action all along, just not in ways they could see. This card is confirming for me that your careful approach, your protective instincts, your selective sharing of your vision, this was never weakness. This was strategy. This was wisdom. This was you understanding that not every season is the season for harvest, but when harvest time comes, you want to make sure you have something valuable to offer the world. The third card that came through is the Queen of Wands. And Pisces, when I pulled this card, I literally got chills because this is showing me your emergence into full power. This is not just any court card. This is the Queen, the fully realized feminine power, the sovereign energy, the leader who has earned her throne through experience and wisdom. The Queen of Wands is fire energy, which is so interesting for you as a water sign, but this is telling me that you are integrating a completely new aspect of yourself. You are developing confidence, leadership abilities, creative power, and personal magnetism that people are not going to expect from you. The people who thought you were too soft, too passive, too accommodating, they are about to meet a version of you they never knew existed. I am seeing this transformation where you are stepping into your role as a leader, as someone who takes charge of their own life, as someone who stops asking for permission and starts taking inspired action. The Queen of Wands does not sit around waiting for other people to validate her ideas. She does not need other people's approval to move forward with her vision. She knows what she is capable of, and she acts from that knowing. This card is showing me that you are discovering a fierce aspect of yourself that has been dormant for a while. You are finding your voice, your strength, your ability to command respect without having to demand it. You are learning to shine brightly without apology. to take up space without guilt, to be powerful without being aggressive. The Queen of Wands in your reading is telling me that the people who underestimated you did so because they only saw one side of your nature. They saw the compassionate Pisces, the empathetic Pisces, the go-with-the-flow Pisces, but they never saw the creative force, the determined visionary, the fierce protector of dreams that also exists within you. They are about to get educated about the full spectrum of who you are. I am getting this vision of you stepping forward with projects, ideas, creative expressions, business ventures, or life changes that are going to completely surprise people. They are going to wonder where this confident, decisive, powerful version of you came from. They are going to realize they never really knew you at all. They only knew the version of you that felt safe to show them. The Queen of Wands is also telling me about your relationship with your own creative power. For too long, you have been letting other people's opinions dim your light. For too long, you have been making yourself smaller to make other people more comfortable. For too long, you have been hiding your brilliance because you were afraid of being too much for people. But this card is showing me that you are done with all of that. You are done shrinking yourself to fit other people's limitations. You are done dulling your shine to avoid making waves. You are done playing small when the universe created you to be magnificent. The Queen of Wands sits on her throne because she owns her power, and Pisces, you are about to own yours. What I love about this card in your reading is that it is showing me sustainable power, not just a moment of strength. The Queen has learned to maintain her energy, to use her power wisely, to lead with both strength and wisdom. This is not about becoming someone you are not. This is about becoming who you have always been, underneath all the conditioning that told you to be less. I am seeing people in your life who are going to be shocked by your transformation. People who took advantage of your kindness are going to discover that kind does not mean weak. People who mistook your flexibility for inability to stand firm are going to learn that you can be both adaptable and unshakable. People who thought your dreams were just fantasies are going to watch you make those dreams reality. The fourth card that appeared is the Two of Swords, and this one is so perfectly timed for your reading because it is showing me the moment of decision that you are standing in right now. The Two of Swords represents a choice point, a moment where you have to decide between two different paths, two different versions of yourself, two different futures. In your reading today, this card is showing me that you are standing at a crossroads between the old version of yourself that accepted limitations and the new version of yourself that is ready to break through them. You are at a decision point between staying safe in familiar patterns and stepping boldly into unknown territory. You are choosing between the comfortable prison of other people's expectations and the uncertain freedom of your own authentic path. The Two of Swords traditionally shows someone blindfolded, holding two swords in balance, and what I am getting from this imagery in your reading is that you have been weighing your options very carefully. You have been considering the pros and cons of stepping into your power versus staying in situations where you are undervalued. You have been thinking through the risks and benefits of showing the world who you really are versus continuing to hide your light. But here's what the universe is showing me through this card. The decision is not as complicated as your mind is making it seem. The choice between limitation and freedom, between smallness and greatness, between other people's version of you and your authentic self, this is not really a choice at all when you look at it clearly. The Two of Swords is telling me that you have been overthinking a decision that your heart already knows the answer to. You have been trying to logic your way through a choice that requires you to trust your intuition. You have been weighing practical considerations when this is actually about spiritual alignment and personal truth. I am seeing that there has been a part of you that is afraid of what will happen when you step fully into your power. What if people do not like the real you? What if you fail spectacularly? What if you succeed and then have to maintain that level of excellence? What if the people who made you feel small try to pull you back down? These fears have been keeping you in decision paralysis, but the Two of Swords in your reading is showing me that staying stuck in indecision is actually more painful than any outcome you are afraid of. Continuing to live beneath your potential is creating more suffering than taking the risk to live authentically ever could. The universe is asking you to remove the blindfold of fear and see the situation clearly. What I am getting from this card is that the people who made you feel incapable, who convinced you that you were not ready, who kept you small with their limitations, they do not get a vote in your future anymore. The only decision that matters is the one you make about who you are going to be moving forward. Are you going to continue accepting their version of your capabilities, or are you going to show them and yourself what you are really made of? The Two of Swords is showing me that this decision point is not just about external circumstances. This is about internal alignment. This is about choosing to believe in yourself even when other people do not. This is about choosing to act on your vision even when the path is not completely clear. This is about choosing courage over comfort, growth over safety, authentic expression over people-pleasing. I am seeing that once you make this decision, once you choose your authentic path over the path of least resistance, everything else starts falling into place. The people who belong in your life will celebrate your growth. The opportunities that are meant for you will appear. The resources you need will become available. The universe has been waiting for you to choose yourself so it can fully support you. The fifth card that came through is the Nine of Cups. And Pisces, this card is pure magic in your reading because it is showing me emotional fulfillment beyond what you have been able to imagine. The Nine of Cups is known as the wish fulfillment card, the card of getting what you really want, the card of dreams coming true in ways that satisfy your soul. What I love about this card appearing in your reading right now is that it is confirming that everything you have been hoping for, everything you have been working toward, everything you have been holding in your heart as a possibility, this is not just wishful thinking. This is prophetic vision. This is you tapping into what the universe has been preparing for you all along. The Nine of Cups is showing me that the emotional satisfaction you are about to experience is going to be so much sweeter because of everything you have been through. The joy is going to be more meaningful because you know what it feels like to have your dreams dismissed. The success is going to be more satisfying because you remember what it felt like to be underestimated. The fulfillment is going to be more complete because you have learned to appreciate what truly matters. I am seeing this energy where people who doubted you are going to witness your happiness and success, and they are going to realize that they completely misjudged your potential. People who thought your dreams were unrealistic are going to watch those dreams manifest in beautiful ways. People who said you were not capable are going to see undeniable proof of your capabilities. But here's what I find most beautiful about the Nine of Cups in your reading. This card is not just about external success or other people recognition. This is about internal satisfaction. This is about feeling proud of yourself, feeling aligned with your purpose, feeling fulfilled by the choices you are making. This is about emotional wholeness that no one can take away from you because it comes from within. The Nine of Cups is telling me that you are entering a phase of your life where you stop looking for validation from people who were never going to give it to you anyway. You stop trying to prove yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. You stop seeking approval from people who benefit from keeping you small. Instead, you start celebrating yourself, appreciating your own growth, acknowledging your own strength. I am getting this vision of you sitting back and looking at your life with genuine satisfaction. Not because everything is perfect, but because everything is authentic. Not because you have eliminated all challenges, but because you are facing challenges from a place of strength and confidence. Not because everyone finally understands you, but because you understand yourself, and that is enough. The Nine of Cups is also showing me celebration, Pisces. I am seeing moments where you get to acknowledge how far you have come, where you get to appreciate the journey that brought you to this place of empowerment. I am seeing people who truly see you for who you are joining in that celebration, while the people who tried to limit you fade into the background where they belong. This card is telling me that your emotional well-being is about to shift dramatically. The sadness that came from being misunderstood is transforming into joy from being authentically yourself. The frustration that came from being underestimated is transforming into satisfaction from proving yourself right about your own potential. The loneliness that came from feeling unseen is transforming into fulfillment from connecting with people who appreciate the real you. The sixth card that appeared is the King of Swords, and this is such a powerful card to show up in your reading right now because it represents mastery of communication, clear thinking, intellectual authority, and the ability to cut through illusion with truth. This is showing me that you are developing the mental clarity and communication skills to address the people and situations that have been limiting you. The King of Swords is air energy, which is fascinating combined with your water sign nature and the fire energy of the Queen of Wands we saw earlier. What this tells me is that you are integrating all the elements, becoming a more complete and powerful version of yourself. You are not just emotional and intuitive anymore, you are also strategic and articulate. You are not just creative and dreamy, you are also logical and decisive. This card is showing me that you are finding your voice in ways that cannot be ignored or dismissed. The people who used to be able to confuse you with their manipulation, who could twist your words or make you doubt your perceptions, they are losing their power over you. You are developing the mental clarity to see through their games and the communication skills to address their behavior directly. I am getting this vision of conversations where you speak truth with such clarity and authority that people have to listen. Situations where you present your position with such logic and confidence that people cannot argue with your reasoning. Moments where you cut through confusion and drama with statements that are so clear and direct that everyone understands exactly where you stand. The King of Swords in your reading is telling me that you are done being gaslit, manipulated, or confused by people who benefit from keeping you uncertain. You are developing the intellectual strength to trust your own perceptions, to stand firm in your own truth, to communicate your boundaries with authority. You are becoming someone who cannot be easily swayed or convinced to doubt themselves. What I find particularly powerful about this card in your reading is that it is showing me strategic thinking. The King of Swords does not just react emotionally to situations, he analyzes them clearly and responds strategically. This tells me that you are learning to approach the people and situations that have been limiting you with wisdom rather than just emotion. I am seeing you making decisions about relationships, career situations, living arrangements, or other life circumstances with a level of clarity and objectivity that surprises people. They are used to you being accommodating, flexible, willing to go along with what they want. But the King of Swords energy is showing me that you are evaluating situations based on logic and your own best interests, not just on keeping other people happy. This card is also telling me about justice and fairness. The King of Swords represents the energy of someone who stands for truth and justice, who will not tolerate unfair treatment, who has the authority to make things right. In your reading, this is showing me that you are no longer willing to accept situations that are unjust or relationships that are one-sided. The people who took advantage of your kindness are about to discover that kind does not mean pushover. The people who mistook your flexibility for weakness are about to learn that you can be both understanding and firm. The people who thought they could treat you unfairly because you would not stand up for yourself are about to get a reality check. The seventh card that came through is the Ace of Wands. And Pisces, this card has me absolutely excited for you because it represents new beginnings, creative inspiration, passionate pursuits, and the spark of divine energy that ignites major life changes. This is showing me that you're at the beginning of something incredible, something that is going to completely transform your life experience. The Ace of Wands is pure fire energy, pure creative force, pure initiatory power. In your reading today, this card is telling me that you are receiving downloads of inspiration, flashes of insight, and bursts of creative energy that are going to fuel major changes in your life. The universe is literally handing you the torch to light up your own path and illuminate the way forward. I am getting this vision of ideas, projects, opportunities, or life directions that are going to come to you with such clarity and excitement that you will know immediately they are meant for you. This is not about struggling to figure out what to do next. This is about inspiration striking like lightning and you having the wisdom to follow where it leads. The Ace of Wands is showing me that the period of feeling stuck, uncertain, or limited is coming to an end. The time of wondering what your purpose is or what direction to take is shifting into a time of clear vision and inspired action. You are about to receive the energetic boost you need to move forward with confidence and enthusiasm. What I love about this card in your reading is that it is confirming that your dreams and visions were not just fantasies. They were previews of what was possible for you. The creative ideas that people dismissed as unrealistic, the goals that seemed too ambitious, the life you imagined that felt too good to be true. The Ace of Wands is telling me these were all glimpses of your actual potential. I am seeing that this new beginning is connected to your authentic self-expression. The Ace of Wands is about following your passion, pursuing what lights you up, creating from your authentic core, rather than trying to fit into other people's expectations. This is about you finally giving yourself permission to be who you really are and do what you really want to do. The people who told you your dreams were impractical are about to watch you make those dreams practical through inspired action. The people who said you were not focused enough are about to see you direct your energy towards something that truly matters to you. The people who questioned your commitment are about to witness your dedication when you are pursuing something that aligns with your soul. This Ace of Wands energy is also telling me about leadership and pioneering. You are not just following someone else's path anymore. You are not just adapting to circumstances that other people created. You are becoming the author of your own story, the creator of your own opportunities, the leader of your own life. You are blazing a trail that is uniquely yours. I am getting this strong message that this new beginning is going to surprise people, including yourself. The direction you take, the projects you pursue, the changes you make, they might not be what anyone expected, but they are going to be absolutely perfect for you. The Ace of Wands is about trusting your inner fire even when other people cannot see the vision yet. The eighth and final card that appeared in your reading today is the Six of Swords, and this card is the perfect conclusion to your reading because it represents transition, moving toward calmer waters, healing from past difficulties, and carrying wisdom from your experiences into a better future. The Six of Swords is showing me that you are in the process of leaving behind the situations, relationships, and mindsets that kept you feeling small and incapable. You are moving away from the people who underestimated you, the environments that stifled your growth, the beliefs that limited your potential. This is not just a physical leaving. This is an energetic and emotional departure from everything that was not serving your highest good. What I find so beautiful about this card in your reading is that it acknowledges the journey has been difficult, but it promises that you are moving towards something better. The rough waters you have been navigating, the storms you have weathered, the challenges you have faced, they were all preparing you for this moment when you could choose a different direction. The Six of Swords traditionally shows someone being guided across water toward a distant shore, and in your reading, this is telling me that you are being divinely guided toward opportunities, relationships, and experiences that will honor who you are becoming. The universe is not just helping you leave what no longer serves you, it is actively guiding you toward what will support your growth and happiness. I am seeing this energy of rescue and relief, like you have been holding your breath underwater and you are finally able to come up for air, like you have been carrying a heavy load and you are finally able to set it down, like you have been fighting upstream and you are finally able to flow with the current toward your destination. The Six of Swords is also about carrying wisdom from your experiences. You are not leaving your past behind with bitterness or resentment. You are taking the lessons, the strength, the clarity you gained from being underestimated and using those gifts to create a better future. The people who doubted you actually contributed to your growth by forcing you to develop inner resources you might not have discovered otherwise. This card is telling me that the people who are meant to be in your new chapter are going to appreciate everything about you that the previous people took for granted. They are going to value your sensitivity, celebrate your creativity, respect your intuition, and support your dreams. You are moving from an environment where you had to defend your worth to an environment where your worth is obvious. The Six of Swords is showing me peaceful resolution, Pisces. Not because you won some battle against the people who limited you, but because you rose above the entire dynamic. Not because you proved them wrong in some dramatic confrontation, but because you quietly and powerfully proved yourself right by living authentically and successfully. I am getting this vision of you looking back at this period of your life with gratitude, not for the pain, but for the growth. Grateful not for the people who doubted you, but for the inner strength you discovered in spite of their doubt. Grateful not for the limitations you faced, but for the unlimited potential you found within yourself when you stopped accepting their version of your capabilities. Let me tell you what I am seeing for you in the coming weeks and months, Pisces. The energy around these 8 cards is creating this beautiful picture of transformation that is going to unfold in ways that amaze everyone, especially you. I am seeing situations where people who dismissed you have to witness your success and acknowledge they were wrong about you. I am seeing opportunities appearing that are perfectly aligned with your authentic interests and abilities. I am seeing relationships forming with people who see and appreciate the real you from the beginning. The masks are indeed coming off, just like the title of this reading promised. But it is not just other people's masks. It is yours too. You are removing the mask of limitation that you wore to make other people comfortable. You are removing the mask of incapability that you wore because you believed their version of your potential. You are removing the mask of smallness that you wore to avoid threatening people who needed you to stay beneath them. What people are going to see when your masks come off is someone who was always capable but was convinced they were not. Someone who was always strong but was told they were weak. Someone who was always destined for greatness, but was persuaded to settle for less. The revelation is going to be shocking for people who bought into the illusion, but it is going to be deeply satisfying for you. The unjust are indeed falling in your world, Pisces. The people who built their sense of superiority on making you feel inferior, the systems that only worked when you stayed small, the dynamics that required your diminishment for other people, elevation, they are all losing their power, not because you are fighting them, but because you are no longer participating in them. And the righteous are rising, the people who always saw your potential, who always believed in your dreams, who always treated you with respect and kindness. They are being elevated in your world. The parts of yourself that are authentic and true and powerful, they are rising to the surface. The dreams and goals and visions that were righteous and aligned with your highest good, they are rising into manifestation. I keep getting this message that the people who thought you were incapable are in for the shock of their lives. Not because you are going to become someone different, but because they are going to realize you were never who they thought you were. They are going to discover that their assessment of your abilities was completely wrong. They are going to understand that they were seeing you through the filter of their own limitations, not seeing you as you actually are. The beautiful thing about this transformation, Pisces, is that it is not about proving anything to anyone else. It is about proving to yourself that you were right to believe in your dreams, right to trust your intuition, right to hold on to your vision even when everyone else thought it was unrealistic. This is about you discovering that your inner knowing was more accurate than their outer judgment. I am seeing creative projects taking off in ways that surprise you. Business ideas gaining traction beyond your expectations. Relationships deepening with people who truly understand and appreciate you. Living situations improving dramatically. Financial circumstances stabilizing and growing. Health and energy levels increasing as you align with your authentic path. But most importantly, I am seeing you developing unshakable confidence in yourself. Not arrogance, not superiority over others, but quiet, deep, sustainable confidence in your own worth, your own abilities, your own judgment, your own vision. The kind of confidence that does not need external validation because it comes from internal truth. The people who are meant to be in your life are going to love this version of you, Pisces. They are going to celebrate your strength, appreciate your authenticity, support your dreams, and create space for you to be fully yourself. The people who are not meant to be in your life are going to find excuses to distance themselves, and you are going to let them go with love and relief. I want you to know that everything you have been through, every moment of being underestimated, every experience of having your capabilities questioned, every time someone made you feel small, it was all preparation for this breakthrough. You developed compassion by being misunderstood. You developed strength by being underestimated. You developed wisdom by being dismissed. You developed resilience by being overlooked. Now you get to use all of these gifts to create the life you were always meant to live. Now you get to show the world not just what you are capable of, but who you have always been underneath the layers of other people's limitations. Now you get to step into the spotlight as the righteous one rising, while the unjust dynamics that held you back fall away naturally. The universe is so proud of you, Pisces. I can feel that energy so strongly right now. You held on to your dreams when it would have been easier to give up. You believed in yourself when everyone else was telling you not to. You protected your vision when people were trying to convince you it was impossible. You stayed true to yourself when the pressure to conform was overwhelming. And now it is time for the reward. Now it is time for the recognition. Now it is time for the success. Now it is time for the relationships that celebrate you. Now it is time for the opportunities that honor your gifts. Now it is time for the life that reflects your worth instead of hiding it. If you are feeling this resonating with your current experience, if you are sensing these shifts beginning in your own life, if you are recognizing yourself in these cards and this message, then you are right on time for this transformation. Trust what you are feeling. Trust what you are knowing. Trust what you are being guided toward. The masks have come off, beautiful Pisces, yours and theirs. And what is revealed is exactly what was always true. You were never incapable. You were never weak. You were never too much or not enough or any of the things they tried to convince you that you were. You were always exactly who you needed to be, and now the world gets to see it too. I am sending you so much love and excitement for everything that is unfolding in your life right now. This is your time, Pisces. This is your moment. This is your breakthrough, and it is going to be absolutely beautiful.